this morning. Welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show. We're looking at what transpired, what happened during this 4 days protest, because we were aiming at 10 days protest, but unfortunately, it was cut short yesterday by the president, by the Federal Republic of Nigeria president. So day one of this protest, as I was analyzing, day one of the protest, the protesters refused to enter the park, the Gani Fahimi Park. And when our reporter asked them, why are you not going into the park to protest, they said, maybe there's a bomb there. Because the day to the protest, there was a bomb, an explosive alert at Mark Anthony Way, where the bomb squad went to detonate the bomb. But the protesters are like, no, we don't want to go there. Even the commissioner of police was there to address them that they should go into the park. They said, no, the park is not clear, the park is dirty, and they don't even know maybe there is a trap there, so they are not going to go in. Day one of this protest in Lagos State, Vera, Pink Republic, it was peaceful. Lo and behold, when we went to the northern side, it was something else. Day two of this protest was also peaceful in Lagos State. We had some protesters here in Alausa, and we went around, we went to market, and I said it that this is a divided protest already. We saw a group that were carrying placards on day one of the protest saying, they are not saying there should not be a protest. There should be a protest, but they should not destroy government properties. The youth should be ready to dialogue with the president. The convener of that protest was Alhaji Rasak Ulukoba. That was day one of the protest. Day two of the protest, Ojota, it was peaceful. We saw the policemen sharing water, pure water, giving the protesters water, protecting them. The commissioner of police was there. He addressed them and said, let it be peaceful, and lo and behold, it was peaceful. Coming to the office on Thursday and Friday, day one and day two of the protest, day one, the road was lonely, very, very lonely. But day two, people are like, I have contribution to make. I have to work. And the three of the protests again, we were outside. Okay, day two, we went to Katangwa markets. We went to My 12. And I'm telling you, it was business as usual in this market. And we had to go and see their head. What happened? Why are you people not protesting? And do you know what they told us? They said they called themselves that no, we are not going to protest. We are going to support this government because we know this government will do something good. So no protest anyway. And people were buying and selling. In fact, My 12, I was amazed. There was no single space in My 12. No, everywhere was blocked. So on Saturday, again, the protest continues. And on Sunday, early Sunday morning, the president addressed the nation. And that is where we're going to right now. The presidency said the protest should stop and the youth should be ready to dialogue. But Vera, report reaching us yesterday from youth online training, they are saying the president's message was leaked before he even read the speech. And I want to enlighten some people that do not know that in a normal country, before the presidency comes out to address the nation, he should have given the media a speech, a copy of a speech, for transparency and for circulation.
You didn't see that, isn't it? Did you see that?
You understand?
That's what I'm saying. Did you see it now?
Did I say what? Ask a question.
You said the president should have given before the speech,
before
the media.
The speech, yeah.
I said, I was asking, didn't he give before?
He gave because the son confirmed it.
Okay.
I saw it on his son's page.
Okay.
And now they are saying the president's speech doesn't carry weight. The president's speech does not address what they want, that there's nothing in the president's speech, but all the president is talking about is dialogue. But I can say that in the speech, the president said no going back on fuel subsidy, which is one of the major agenda of the protesters. So Vera, you have the floor.
Well, I will have to start by saying I followed all through the protest, and I had to do that because as a media person, as a journalist, you must follow all of these things. So when you're talking with information that you've gathered. Well, first, they gave an agenda for the president to address. The youth, some youths came together and said you need to address these situations that the country is going right now. And for me, when the president came up before to say we should all just calm down, relax, things will be done, The youth said in August 1st, they are going to carry out their set protest, which they did August 1st. And the roads were really free. People were not sure of what's going to happen. So it was like you are locked in, to wherever you are, especially in Lagos. And we saw some outside the country, outside the state.
Outside the state.
Yes, we saw outside the state. For me, when that went through, people started going, day 2, after day 2, day 3, people started going their different ways. And especially market women, they just felt, maybe they don't understand what protest is. I think, again, some people don't know what is strike and what is protest. And we have to start explaining to people that it is not strike, it was a protest. Yeah. And the organizers, initially they said they don't have face to the organizers, but Mr. Deji Adeyonju came up as a face to one of the organizers. So there was a face to this protest. Well, we continued the protest and we saw what they did elsewhere. But in the northern part, I was taken aback. Is it the same protest that you have in some states? Is it that something went wrong in Kano? What happened? Is it that they're not educated enough, or they didn't use Hausa or something, their dialect, to communicate with the protesters? What happened? Is it that
you got it right. You asked the question. You said some people do not know protest.
Yes, and we continued. Then the president gave his speech, and I will tell you my take on that speech. But before I tell you my take, why the protesters really got angry with that speech, I'll give you 2 reasons and some personalities in Nigeria. First, they thought, amongst other things, in that their point agenda, the president should have addressed 2 major issues. One, the subsidy, and the second is electricity tariff, that they didn't see in that point agenda. The president, in his speech, if you look at the first speech, he said he was pained. That was the first address he gave, that he was pained with the killings of this. But the people felt, we said you should come and address the nation, and we gave you an agenda for you to discuss. If you cannot discuss all of these things, or you cannot talk on all of these things, we're expecting you to pick some of these things, the key areas, and discuss. But they didn't see that. And again, looking at it honestly, you will notice that I don't know who are the president's who is talking with, or who is the advisors and the rest. I saw in that address, I saw someone or some persons or the government not interested in what the youth are saying. I saw it there. One thing I liked about him he first accepted that he wasn't happy that there was killing in some part of the state. And that again leads me to saying the commissioner for police in Lagos State and some parts of the state did well. Because by our constitution, it is the security agencies that will protect protesters, especially if they've written letters to say we want to use this or we want to go this, and this is our agenda. I saw some clean policemen during this protest. I mean clean. When you mean someone is clean, I mean people that are educated, people that understand what the youths are trying to drive at. I'm talking about Lagos because I'm in Lagos. I don't know other residents here, so I don't know of other states. But on ground in Lagos, I saw that there are some clean policemen. Even when people finish addressing them, they allowed them. But the Lagos State and the police commissioner gave a designated areas for the protesters to stay. And it got to a stage where the protester felt, why do you want to give us these areas? Why not do the normal thing that depicts or shows what we're trying to do here? There was not a quick chaos in Lagos as a point, but at a point, people now start saying they had tear gas here. Why should they do all of these things? Well, coming back to the speech again, the handlers, I wanted to use the word, the handlers of presidency or the handlers of our president didn't do well in that speech. We cannot pretend that these guys or the youth, they are not agitating for anything. We cannot pretend. We saw that they gave an agenda. And I thought to calm it down with what is happening in the nation, I thought the president will go into that agenda. And even if it's one or even half, permit me to use it, to say, hey, please, I have seen what you have done. I have seen what is happening, although some people lost their lives. And for me, may their soul rest in peace. Okay, can we take it one step? There was nothing showing that this country will be better.
All right, Vera, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Barrister Pink.
Yeah.
You saw in Kano.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you followed the protest, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're not in Kano, we saw the indigents raising Russia flags.
Yes.
Did you see that?
I did.
You are a barrister.
Yes.
What do you think? What are they calling for?
Okay. If you want help from another country, there are ways you go about that. Because sometimes I think I don't like calling people illiterate, because sometimes there might be things you might know in your own world.
Yeah.
Your own space.
Yes, that I might not know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't mean because we do not, so we do call them illiterate because of the school we went to, but in their own traditional way they are literate, right? But there's a communication problem. The communication problem we are having is that, first of all, you are raising a Russian flag in the crowd. Raising a Russian flag in the crowd, Russia is facing war of their own. And you know the relationship between Russia and North Korea. The relationship between Russia and North Korea, you know, Russia and North Korea is just like backyard, just like Ogun and Lagos State. So they have missiles. They have weapons to sell. So there are some certain things you will raise. If you raise the United States flag and attach to it, help us, it's two different things, because they are known for peace. We call it Odozi Obodo. You know, the Odozi, people that like going about looking for where to settle. But when you raise some certain country's flag, you are showing that you want to overthrow the government using that country. So to me, for them to raise those flags is a treasonable felony. And they should be picked
to the law.
Yes,
Yeah.
they should be picked up, because why? They are threatening President Tinubu that we are going to invite Putin. And when you are inviting Putin to your space, you know what it is.
But I believe it's good. This is just political
You didn't-
motivated. Because
even-
when we look at what Shomore is even clamoring.
Yeah.
Shomore is clamoring for revolution.
Yes.
Revolution.
Yes. So when you see, there's some, my mother would say something, said, be very careful when you quack. Every morning you quack like a dog, you back. The day you really back, people will not take it seriously. And that's why sometimes if you notice my kind of person, when I say something to you don't understand, I might just laugh out, so that the day you really understand, my explanation will mean well for you. There was something she said that, sorry to take you back to what she said. There was something she said about the president did not pay attention to the needs of the people,
Protestants,
Protestants.
the youth.
In the first place, there's something people don't understand. This subsidy had gone when President Buhari was in power. Why he is carrying it as government work is because of the way he announced it. You understand? If he had come out the day of his inauguration to say the past president had already removed subsidy, but we are going to take it, even if he's not cushioning anything. Because the problem about Nigerians is that just give them all your mass, get set, go, all the price, we rise. They are not looking for go ahead. But is it reasonable for them to revert the pump and the subsidy? And we said no. Because I will say I am still, but I was in the oil sector. And I know some people are in their house gaining subsidy, but they are not importing anything. That is why EFCC took it upon themselves to start probing everybody. Where is your company? What did you import? What are they subsidizing? It became a racket. So now, to the extent that they even took this racket to the neighboring countries, because there was an agreement. But what did our president do? People are not paying attention. Our president pulled out most of our support. Because if you listen to all these African countries, they keep insulting us about light. They keep insulting about fuel scarcity. We are a generator country. But guess what? We help them with their light. If you go to the Ghana as per yesterday, there's a word they call, is it water or something like that? It means darkness. Everybody is in heat because Nigeria has started pulling out their support. And that is why the president said you should look inwards. Let's look inwards. But guess what? There's something called you can reverse policies. If you look at the President Ruto of Kenya, of recent there was riot, right? Because of some certain taxes. He sacked some ministers. He sacked this, he sacked that. But immediately he saw that people are dying and this is getting out of hand. In short, they started calling for his resignation. What did he do? He reverted some policies.
Yeah.
Some, not all. So if it's the fuel subsidy, please don't revert because they racket. But if it's electricity, they need to do something about that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I wanted you to finish here.
Okay. Because if ESCC is catching people, they should start now. It's not when they are out of power. You can't tell me you are giving me 20 hours light and immediately my card, whatever pin I've put punctured inside, I will finish like 50K a week. I can tell you for free, in my house now we are not allergic to AC. Yes.
Because of the tax.
Yes,
of
before
the price.
people will come back, oh, please on the AC, so by the time I bath, everywhere will be cool. It does not happen on the fan. And with that, you know, everybody is dry.
Okay, but you said something very key.
Yes.
And that will take me now to what I think the president will have done.
Yes.
We employed the
Vera,
president.
before you talk about this president's speech, because if we look, I just quickly glance through the speech. Now, people saying he didn't say anything. He talked about his policies. He spoke about what he has done in each sector, even in health sector,
Yes.
in transportation.
Yes, I saw
and all
that.
this. So everything is
The
contained-
agenda.
His
Yeah.
agenda. Everything is contained in the speech and all what he has done. Even how they've moved goods, foods to each state.
Yes.
I think the problem we
I
are
want you to
having in
finish
this
before I
country.
tell you.
Dissemination.
I'm telling you.
Dissemination. Okay.
The problem we're having is dissemination. You just got the right word out of me. Because when you look at the president's speech,
Yes.
the youths are angry. He's talking about dialogue. He said they should come, let us dialogue. I believe in dialogue. The protesters, their leaders, their representatives, like the Jadinyoju you mentioned, they can all go to the president, relate with him, talk to him. Because
And
only
he will
and he will
listen.
scared.
No,
Or
wait.
they are
No,
scared.
I want them
That's
to
the
finish.
dialogue.
I know.
No,
wait.
when you dialogue,
They will not. They will go
when
with
you
their
dialogue is
team.
consideration.
That's what I'm saying.
You consider
Wait,
each
I want
other.
you to finish, then
you
I'll
could
talk
dialogue,
where
and
we're
at the end
going
of the
to.
day, let me tell you something. Even the youths that are protesting, there are 12 agendas. They know they are not going to get it.
Of course.
Because they are telling
Most
the
of them are
presidency
always
Let
to
him
scrap the
finish. Let her
1999
finish, sorry.
constitution,
Yes.
of which we even know that by adjusting the constitution again, it's money. So when you now tell them to scrap the 1999 constitution, you see, we need to be realistic.
No, you finish.
I'm
We
in
are all
support of the
realistic.
protest,
Depends on-
especially the protest in Lagos State. The president has spoken. They've asked him to come out and speak, and he has spoken. He has given them his agenda. We need to sit down and study this speech bit by bit. Let's
Okay.
not jump into conclusion.
Okay.
But some people are saying this speech carries nothing. While we have some other people, everybody with their own way of reasoning. While we have some other people that are saying, he has spoken, let's go for dialogue. You see what happened in Ojota yesterday? I'm not done, because this story is a very long story.
Yes.
You see what happened in Ojota yesterday?
Yeah.
Because we are here to enlighten and inform the people.
Yes.
Immediately after the president's speech, Barrister Pink, you are a lawyer.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm directing this question to you.
Okay.
Immediately the president spoke yesterday, after his speech, some people still went ahead to Ojota to protest.
Yes.
If you could remember the NSAS protest as well, when the president has spoken, when they said there is curfew, I am not a lawyer. I never even knew there is a law guiding curfew as well. When they say there is curfew, there is curfew.
There's a law. That's why it's
There is a
curfew.
law guiding it.
Yes, that's why it's
So
curfew.
when the president says, please let the protest come to an end, they have banned the protest. Some people still went ahead to Freedom Park yesterday to Ojota to protest. And we have the tout. We have the video. Odi, please. You can help us show the video. I would like to listen to the voice of the protesters this time around. And we have the touts that went to Ojota to beat these protesters. They beat them up and they chased them, and they were chased away from the protesting ground. According to the law, please, what does the law say? Because the president has spoken, the protest is no more.
Okay. You know, the High Court's rule that they should have this park and that
Attack.
park, right?
That's it. Yes.
But to me, if you push people in one particular space for them to do, that is rally, that is not protest, number one. Because protest is to move
To go
from one point
to the other.
another.
Good.
So if you push them to a particular ground, they are doing rally. So
Okay,
number two,
please,
okay.
I'm coming, please. Audie, please, I want you to put up a picture of Ojota right now. Our reporter is on ground right now with the Commissioner of Police in Ojota, and we have the situation report there. Please, Audie, put it up on the screen. We have a picture report. All right, please go ahead.
So what I'm trying to say is that when the president broke it down, so that's why I said education plays a long role. The president was providing figures. So if you want to counter his speech, you must come with your own analysis. Are people hungry? Yes. What is your percentage of the people that are hungry? He wants to see that. That's why he said come for dialogue. And if they are smart, if they are going to him, they should read that speech very well
Before going to him.
and also be armed with figures too. Okay. Number two, now the president said, if you read his speech, he said, let all the protests come to an end. Was that an order or a plea? That is
Depends on how you see it.
now. President Buhari was from the military, so they understood that when he said something, it's an order. But our president is a Democrat.
Yeah.
So people believe that when he said the thing has ended, doesn't mean he has not answered us, so let's continue. So they did not understand that that is an order. That is why you saw them yesterday
there.
at Ojota, because of the person in power.
Okay. Again, I want to tell you what I thought, my thoughts.
Yes.
There was a brutal crackdown, of the NSAS, bad governance protesters.
Yes.
From the
state?
security agencies.
When you say brutal crackdown, please, I want you
Crackdown.
Which
Okay,
state? Lagos?
let me tell you,
Which
when
state?
they had straight, I'm talking general, we're talking about general, not
Okay.
just Lagos.
Okay.
We're talking general.
to. No, we should know.
No,
Yes,
no, no, no,
because
no.
people would like
You
to
look
know
at what
the
happened in
Because Lagos was
Kano,
peaceful.
Yes.
you look at all of these things, and when
That's
you
in the
begin to,
north.
when you are protesting and they begin to bring out tear gas, what does that mean? So that's why some people, even Wole Soyinka Sans, a lot of people came out to say, no, this is not it. He will have just addressed this issue. No, this was part of it. What people, because this is being televised.
But do you know?
And let me
before
finish.
April-
I want
to
to allow
correct
you.
something you are
Okay.
saying.
No, you correct when I'm done. I don't want to. No, you connect.
Is violence.
Wait.
But when you say tear gas
Wait,
is
let
usually
me
used
explain.
in
There was a
protests
stray
like
bullet.
becoming-
Do you know people lost their lives?
People will lose their lives.
Definitely.
When there's
But
violence.
we're saying when you're giving a speech, you should acknowledge that these things happen and I'm going to fix it. It's part of reflex. And also we're also looking at what are we going to do to subsidy? Are we going to continue like this? We
said
get
it in his
our,
speech.
let me finish. I know no, that's not where I'm going to.
Okay.
We get our crude. We continue to refine outside the country. The answer is no. We can look at our modular refineries. There are modular refineries in other
I want
states.
them to-
Let me finish. Let me
Okay,
finish.
That's why he's
Wait,
he called for
excuse
a
me.
dialogue.
No.
for a
Are you
dialogue.
saying president doesn't know that there's modular
Yes, he
refineries?
doesn't know.
Are you saying that the president, we said, okay, you know that we have issues in Nigeria. We know every president that will come to this country knows what the issues are. Let them pretend about it. Are you saying they don't have plans at all? Are we saying, okay, explain to us what this subsidy removal is? Explain to us.
Vera, I will still
Okay,
take you back
but
to
let me
dialogue.
finish. When you are talking, I have to
All
finish.
these
When you are
things you are saying,
talking,
you have
no,
to
when you are
dialogue.
talking, let me finish, please. I allow people talk, and this is my time.
Okay.
Let me finish so that we get it clear. Are we saying we will we continue to refine our fuel outside the country? No, we can't continue that way. So I expected to see a solution in that speech. The solution is specific solution. If you say you have a short-term plan, we should know the short-term plan. And in every organization, there's a short-term plan and also a long-term plan. We didn't see that in that speech. There was a chaos because they had issues in Nigeria. And to solve this chaos, we need to be direct. We need to be specific. And I think the president, for me, will have said, hey, I know these things are difficult. We don't need to go about it. But way forward, what is the way out? I didn't see the way out in that,
Okay,
All
in
right,
that speech.
Okay.
Brother,
Yes,
I'm coming.
comment.
According to the speech of the presidency we have for decades,
Yes.
our economy has remained anemic and taking a dip because of many mismanagements. because of many, I'm sorry, calls are coming in, but please hold on. Because of many misalignments that have stunted our growth. Just over a year ago, our dear country, Nigeria, reached a point where we couldn't afford to continue the use of temporary solutions to solve long-term problems for the sake of now and our unborn generations. I therefore took the painful yet necessary decision to remove fuel subsidies and abolish multiple foreign exchange systems, which had constituted a noose around the economic jugular of our nation and impeded our economic development and progress. Now listen, these actions blocked the greed and the profit that smugglers and rent seekers made. They also blocked the undue subsidies we had extended to our neighboring countries to the detriment of our people, rendering our economy prostrate. These decisions I made were necessary if we must reverse the decades of economy management that didn't serve us well. Yes, I agree, the buck stops on my table. But I can assure you that I am focused fully on delivering the governance to the people, good governance for the matter. Reason I said, did you study the president's speech?
I did very well.
Because you're saying
there's
it did
no
not
solution.
address some things.
No, that's
I'm
what I'm
going to
saying.
read many things to you.
No,
I've
this
seen many
there's
that
no,
have-
let me allow you. Let me allow you.
No,
finish.
you said
Let me
they
allow
don't
you finish.
address some
Vera,
things.
there's
Let
something
me
in
tell
that
you.
your speech you said.
Wait,
You
let me
said
finish.
we've been using temporary measures.
Yes.
But let me tell you why that temporary measures is happening.
okay, you know the
once
reason.
Once
Okay.
upon a time back in the day, in the days, the refining our crude outside was cheaper. That was why most of our refineries crashed.
Okay, so now.
So now, because of we left our refineries because we thought it was cheaper, and the dollar is rising,
So
it's no longer cheap, and we refuse to look inward. That's why I tell you, Nigeria is
Good.
get set, go.
That's it. We need to look inward. We need to fix. Look at the dollar today. Are we going to continue like this? Do you know how much? Okay, let the president tell us that, okay, to refine oil per day. We know all the oil well.
Yes.
What does it take? We do not know. These are hidden things that needs to come out at this point in time. What does it take? Are you saying?
That's the work for
That's what I'm saying.
He's asking for a dialogue.
Dialogue from who?
From the Protestants. The Protestants
Okay,
did not
they
protest.
didn't ask for dialogue
They did not
when
protest.
they.
So what do you think you should do?
No. See,
You
you're
should
not
tell them to
getting it.
go
You're
and
not
protest.
getting it.
I
No,
want you to
that's
pay
not. You're not
attention.
getting it.
What is your point?
No.
No, I'm
My
asking
point.
Vera.
Okay, wait. Let me
Vera,
explain my
please.
point.
I'm coming, please.
Get my point.
What's your point,
It's
please?
not to dialogue. Dialogue for what? They've given an agenda. It's for presidency. That's why he met with these people. Do you know before now they called
So
an
the 12
emergency?
agendas,
Let
they
me
should
finish.
meet
When
up
you were
with it.
talking, no, let me finish, please. Do you know that they met with these people? And I thought that meeting of these people, this team, will bring about the necessary solution.
Should I even tell you that these protesters were clamoring?
We're not talking
that the
about
president.
pressing.
Listen, these protesters
Wait.
were clamoring that the president should address them.
That's what
They
I'm
were
saying.
clamoring for the president.
No,
to
they,
address
no,
them.
wait.
And he also-
They
he
have
also-
to-
what do you
when
think?
there is
You
a
always
chaos
say
in the country,
the
when
president
there is a
to
problem in the
no.
country,
See, let's
the
be-
president
let's
should
be honest
address.
here. Let's
We
not be
employ the
emotional.
president.
No,
It's
you're
not-
getting
no,
emotional.
you don't understand
You're
it.
getting
No, don't
emotional.
say
Let's not
that.
get
You have your
emotional.
point. I have my
See,
point. Don't say
let
it's
me tell
emotional. We're looking at solution. We can't continue like this in this
Okay,
country.
no, nobody's saying we'll
Vera,
continue
That's what
like
I'm
this.
saying.
That's not what
We
I'm
can't
saying.
continue. The
Vera,
president needs to be
everybody
specific.
understands this.
How
We can't
will all
continue
of
like
these
this.
things
Vera,
be
what you don't
solved?
understand
Yeah,
is that
listen.
when you say a board meeting, there is an agreement, right?
Of course.
So you are calling people you've already agreed before. What do you want them to discuss again?
How do you mean?
The people you are mentioning that
Will
he
there not be
called-
solution to all of these
No,
things?
there is no
There's
solution.
definitely going to be a solution.
How will it be?
But
When you are
that
not
is
telling
why-
us,
no,
we
no.
employ the
You
president,
know
we are
that there
paying
are
the
so many
president,
lists.
and they are
There are
busy
so many lists
renovating
out there.
houses and the VP house with how much?
Wait,
They are busy
listen.
buying cars with how much?
Listen.
When
No,
there's
that one they call it
comatose in the country,
Let me tell you
everything
what-
is static.
No, what you
We
don't
must
understand
go
is that
away from the idea.
there are provisions for
of-
all these things
No,
you
no,
are
no.
mentioning.
See, if you say there are provisions, the presidency, there was people didn't go to work. We're losing money even as a country. Do you know when we sit at
The
home?
protests we lost 580
That is
something
it.
billion
So
naira.
are we going to just sit back and tomorrow people come again, they want to
Yes, there's
protest
something I
and
want
the
you to pay
presidency is not
attention.
addressing specific issues?
Yes, there's
President,
something I
tell
want
us
you to
please,
pay
our
attention
refinery
to.
must work. The idea of people believing that
Please, Barrister Payne, can we listen to you?
I want
let
you
me
to pay
just-
attention
okay.
in that speech, number 6. I will want you to read it out because I think people are jumping it.
Mr.
And if-
Michael, please, we'll pick your
because
call.
if we
Let's
don't
read
read it, if we don't
I
read
can tell you
it, people
speech
will
by
think
speech.
that we did not read this thing. I want you to pay attention to number 6. Because if you read, because I watched this speech in the morning by 7 a.m.
Okay, the number
We all
6.
watched it.
Under
I
the
was journalist.
circumstances,
Yes.
I hereby enjoin protesters and the organizers to suspend any further protests and create room for dialogue, which I have always
Yes,
acceded to.
I know that one.
No, read
At
to
the
the
slightly-
end.
Please listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Protest and create room for dialogue, which I've always acceded to at the slightest opportunity. Nigeria requires all hands on deck and need us all, regardless of age, party, tribe, religion,
Yeah, of course.
or other divides, to work together in reshaping our destiny as a nation. To those who have been taking undue advantage of this situation to threaten any section of this country, be warned. The law will catch up with you. There is no place for ethnic bigotry or such threat in the Nigeria we seek to build.
Why I want you to read this thing was because
Yeah.
of the threat somebody sent out that between the 20th to 30, that the Igbos should vacate Lagos. So he's mentioning because he must have heard that people are using tribal into what they claim to be protest. Because so many people have their own agenda in this. That was why he said dialogue. Why he said dialogue, there's a law of list. I've read a lot of what they want. These protesters
Hello,
want.
Mr. Karadeojo.
Yes,
good
sir.
morning.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Good
Yes,
morning.
what's your name and where are you calling us from? Welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show on MITV.
Yes, ma'am. I am calling from Ogun State.
Where in Ogun State?
Matapon Road, precisely.
Okay, joining the conversation this morning. It's been hot in the house this morning.
Yes, thank you. The thing is, the president has a good plan for the nation. And I pray that it will work out. I like all those
His speech?
things that I like all those things that have been put in place.
Yeah.
Very good one for him. But I think that where would be gone wrong with, they presented like an agenda to him. Probably he would have explained it that with all the 15 agendas, these will be taken care of, these will be taken care of, these will be taken care of, down to maybe 5 or 6 of it. Then there is a way that you address people, already those people that are outside. It's difficult to bring them, to take them back inside. So I'm thinking that
Oh.
Please, we're so sorry about that. You cannot join in the conversation. The line is now open. To all those who have been calling, please call back now. We're ready to pick your calls. We want your own view about the president's speech, and the ban of the protest. And we have the situation report this morning at Freedom Park. Oh dear, I don't know why you're not putting this picture up for us. We have a situation report where the Commissioner of Police is there right now as we speak at Freedom Park in Ojota. And something happened on Friday. The protesters and the Commissioner of Police closed the protest together and they all went home together. In fact, it was a
beautiful sight. I saw
I'm telling
that.
you, it was a beautiful sight. Hello, good morning.
good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Godwin. What's your name? Where are you calling us from, rather?
Actually, I'm really calling from Malakuko.
Alakuko. All right, join in the conversation this morning.
Actually, from what I heard yesterday, while I was traveling from all the way from Ogbomoso to Lagos, so I was privileged to hear the president address. What I really understand is the president read the budget. He did not really address the vision at all. It was the budget. Is that what the public want to hear? The protesters want to hear? I could remember going to that time when this very president came and led the protest.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, sir. Please try to call us back. And when you call back, make sure you're audible enough. Hello, good morning, Honorable Dodo Dekina. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Where are you calling us from, please?
I'm calling from
The city of Lokoja in Kogi State. All right, join in the conversation. Welcome to the Papa Breakfast Show on MITV.
God bless you.
Amen. And you too.
Yeah. I think my view from the president's speech is that just as if no speech has been made by the president. And really, if the speech between them and the president, really not find everything that was put up by our own policy. I don't think in a situation whereby then
point highlighted by expert government professors that one out of that point cannot be addressed. One out of you cannot actually look. And this is thing on the table. And I'm going to do at this time, at this stage, or at this period of time. You know, I would say, in order to cast the power of through grace of the power on the ground, it is becoming gradual. Even in an attempt to cast the power, if it escapes through grace and faith, it becomes an additional source to the power and the times you are going to cast the power. I think Mr. President should come out fully and address the nation on issues that are being highlighted. You know, that imagine the outcome of this process, or the participation of this process, what they want to make that. I pray that if all Nigerians discover the essence of this process, if Nigerians fully come out, I think it will be difficult for the president to handle it. But it's very, he has to, if this is this time, come out and at least, you cannot give all the gens, if even one or two or three, so that yes, he has listened to our plight. I think to me, it's just like he come and address the nation and give it something with us. It's not this funny moment from us.
All right, thank you very much. Was Lokoja peaceful during the protest?
Hello?
Lokoja, was it peaceful during the protest?
Yes, it was peaceful during the protest.
Did people come out?
We did not even express anything like protest yet.
And you want a change?
You want a change?
And you want a change?
Come and protest. It's a very difficult thing for some
Okay, some people,
You
yeah.
know the people that, you know the protesters are not all living in the city now. People travel from other places to join their colleagues in the city to protest.
Yeah.
But yes, of course, you know that protest is always being orchestrated by the people in the city. But people travel
Yes,
far around to
yes.
join.
Yeah.
The
You have a point there.
people traveling, you know the difficulties of people traveling from their various cities to gather here in Lagos.
Thank you, Honorable. Let's give other callers a chance as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable. So we appreciate you. Thank you for calling. Hello, good morning.
Okay, another call.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I am Akiyemi Adewale. You are calling from Ojodu.
Ojodu, welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show on MITV. Join
morning.
the conversation.
Thank you very much. Concerning the president's speech, on my own point of view, I think president is able to address some issues that president is bringing out. I think the president is able to mention some issues. Some issues there that we are hungry, some issues there that there is a bad governance, and which president admit that, according to his speech, that there are some mismanagement. So now, my point is that now presidents know that there's hunger in the country, presidents know that there's inflation in the country. They have to provide a very quick measure to provide.
Oh, Mr. Wale.
Sorry so much.
We're sorry, we'll lose
Lost
that
the call,
caller.
yeah.
You know, when we started this program, I said some people believe the speech was empty, while some believe there's something in the speech. What exactly are they clamoring for? They're clamoring for fuel subsidy. They should end fuel subsidy. They should bring back fuel subsidy, rather. They're clamoring for food. That's what we're hearing. All the people we interview. I think, Odi, can you show us the situation report right now at Ojota? Right now, as we speak, we have a picture showing us how Ojota is. Very clean and clear this morning, with the commissioner of police there. I don't know, maybe they're going to, because the protest has been banned, I don't know if they're going to make an arrest today, many arrests today. It's better for us to respect the law, even if we are not happy. Nobody's happy. It's affecting every one of us. Hello, good morning, Mr. Shegun Awolesi.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show on MITV. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Shomolu.
Shomolu. All right, join in the conversation.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, everybody wants peace in this country, but this speech of the president didn't address the protester. One, the president should know there is hunger in the land. And when he talks about hunger, he did not even mention the way the hunger is going to be solved. What he only said is, they have done this, they have done that, he has given money to the president. Look, this country, the president himself know that corruption is in his government. And nothing, he didn't even mention, he did not even mention how he's going to brought those people that are wicked or that are still waiting, how he's going to bring them into go. So what is he telling the people of Nigeria? If you want peace in this country, what we need to do? Everybody is traveling, everybody is going to abroad. You see what is going on there. Why can't we emulate what we see there? When we go to abroad, we abide by their rules and regulations. But when we come back here, you know, we do things as if, you know, I don't know, this country, when I'm going to move forward, today protest, tomorrow protest, why can't we put a stop to it?
So what exactly do you think this country needs? How was Shomolu during the protest? Was it peaceful?
It was calm, but people are not happy.
Yeah.
People are not happy. What president needs to do is just, he needs to address some certain things. It's like dialogue. Who is going to dialogue with? Is it the people that are hungry in the street? People are just, you know, in order to, I can tell you that, yes, the protest is not, it has come down, but the president needs to do some certain things. If not, the one that is coming out, we will see it will be more than this. So what we need to do is, okay, he said he understands the people protesting. What about those people that are stealing money? Where are you today? Supposed to put it back. There is supposed to be a capital punishment in this country. That when you stole, there is a punishment for it. Go and see other people, other countries. But now, people, a person will just rise up in the day and become a billionaire in Nigeria.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Do have a great day. Thank you. I'm telling you, everybody's paying right now in this country. And reports reaching me right now at 0905 Nigerian time, Lagos here. We have a video where we are seeing people gathering again at Gani Fawayemi Park this morning.
Even when they said
you see what
no
we're
protest. For me, I don't think that is right.
Reason the caller said, please. Reason the caller said, there is not going. A caller said their out is not going to be easy to take them back inside. I had a caller. Please, Odi, can you put up that video for us? And we also have another report here from the news department by Fatoki Kule. Thanks for this report. Before 7 o'clock this morning, police operatives from the Alausa police station in Ikeja, Lagos State, the V seat of power in the commercial capital of the nation, were on standby to prevent any chaos crisis in case the protesters against hardship in this country resumes their demonstrations nationwide, which are expected to reach the 5 today. Normalcy appears to have returned to a greater extent as vehicle and movement increases minute by minute on the ever-busy Obafemi Awolowo Way, Ikeja. Repeated calls by conductors for rented air at the busy Secretariat bus stop. Some Nigerians who spoke with MITV correspondent Fatoki Kunle this morning called on the protesters to put an end to the hardship protests after the nationwide broadcast by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he has heard the protesters loud and clear. So he will bring you the video as presented from our studio news department.
There's only for the podium because he has said it all yesterday, and he has given a instruct that as the father of the nation, he will do the needful. So let's just give him a try and see what comes out of his speech yesterday. You know, let's see. Let's give him a try. They've told them that they should exercise patience. That. He has listened to them loudly and he will implement and do what they demand. And he also told them what he has been doing before now. So let's see what will happen.
Thank you. And disagreement is part of human existence. Disagreement is part of human existence. We have this issue from different perspectives, the way it appeals to us, right? And no matter how the grievances, you don't settle issues on the road. You sit around the table and discuss. Government had invited the Nigerians who are complaining. Things are tough. Everybody agree things are tough. But you can't settle this matter on the road. Let us discuss. Let us body contribute their own idea to see how we can move Nigeria forward. So I think the Protestants should explore that opportunity in the government to discuss their grievances and their own suggestions. As a Nigerian, they have the right to have a view. They should make their own suggestions to the government. So the government look at this, bearing in mind the facts available to the government. Their information the government have access to, we don't have access to. That's all those variables to be considered, and the government look at it and see how they can move forward. So I think press will be halted now while we think of moving forward.
We all know that what is in the country is affecting everybody. But the protesters are supposed to sit down with the government and settle it amicably within both of them, so that the thing will be going on smoothly.
And so far, would you say the protests have achieved its aim and objective?
It's not the matter of achieving the aim. You know what is in the country now is affecting everybody. Not the matter of them alone. But they have to dialogue with themselves to know where we are going. So our government will reason to it.
Of course, because I read it personally, and what they are spoken well. So we have to stop the protesting, and at the same time, we have to be patient for the president so that we can build our incoming young ones.
Should the protest continue?
No.
Why?
They can't help us. We have just to go for dialogues, so understand, with the president, so that we can sort out what is going on. And at the same time, all what the president has said, he have explained everything since I've come to the government, where they have started and where he is today. To continue the projecting, so we have to go around the president who is necessary and who loves this country, to meet the president and dialogue together so that the country can move forward. This is not the best way to share our grievances.
National protest against hunger actually has been a success.
So far, nothing really has changed. So we're hoping some sort of result comes.
Why did you say it hasn't been a success?
Nothing has changed.
His national broker yesterday said he has heard them loud and clear.
I can't, if it's not yielding any results, I don't see any reason why I should continue. But at the other end, we just have to keep pressing, hoping that with time, something good would come out of it.